Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to All Souls, where we love beyond belief.
That's right.
Here at the Point, agnostics, atheists, humanists, and all kinds of seekers gather in community. No matter what you believe or don't believe or where you come from, you are welcome here and you are loved. I'm Assistant Minister Reverend Randy Lewis, and I'm joined on the chancel today by our Senior Minister, Reverend Dr. Marlin Lavanhar, and our Program Minister, Reverend Dr. Nicole Kirk. And I wanted to celebrate also that our youth choir and our young folks have just come back from the choir camp, and they are ready to sing, and we want to celebrate them. They've been away for a while. And also led by Jeff Porter. Jeff, thank you. It's good to see you. And for those who've joined us online, welcome our Everywhere members and online viewers watching from all over the world. We're so glad that you've decided to join us today. And if you're a first-time guest with us today, we want to welcome you as well. In fact, can I see the hands of the first-time guests with us? We have a gift for you. And our ushers here are here to give you that gift. If you raise your hands, I see a few of you back there. Yes, I see you. And keep it raised until you get the gift in your hand. Thank you. And we also invite you for a special meet and greet right after the service, immediately after the service in the Sonnen Library. Our Welcoming Souls team would like to let you know about the great things that are happening in our community. And if you're online, please consider remaining until after the service for our online coffee hour conversations. Thank you. Now at this time, if you will, join me in saying our covenant that's printed in your order of service. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Yes.
Chalice is going to be lit our chalice is going to be lit this morning by Mikey Arthrell and his family. He has with him both of his daughters, Muriel and Simone, and his mother, Claudia. Now, Mikey grew up, when I came here over 20 years ago, Mikey was in the youth group of All Souls, and then his mother is special to me because she's done a lot of things here at All Souls. But the most important was she was on the search committee that brought me here. So I really appreciate her. And yes. And Mikey's going to is going to help lead our stewardship drive to raise the money for 2025 in the church. So we're really thankful to Mikey for taking on that role with us this year. Go ahead.
Test, test. Let the flame of our chalice be a beacon of welcome and warmth in this sacred place we call our church home.
There's a place for you, a place where hearts unite, spirits soar, and hope is rekindled. May this light guide us in creating a community where everyone belongs, where love and acceptance shine bright.
Are going to do something that we do once a year. We started doing once a year, and it's a pet blessing or animal blessing, something that happens all over the world at this time. I think it goes back to Italy, to the Catholic Saint Francis of Assisi, who loved the animals, they said, and many of us love animals. And I know this is Nicole's first time doing this with us, since she's new on our team. And so I'm curious, anyone else, is this your first time being at an animal blessing here at All Souls? All right, some people, first timers. All right, beautiful. Well, we are excited. Any pet owners here? Anybody have a pet? Okay, a lot of us. All right. How about dog owners? All right, we got some dog people. Any cat owners? All right, evenly mixed, I think, cat and dog people. All right.
Well, what about bird? Do we have any bird pets?
Okay.
All right,
birds.
Fish.
Fish.
All right,
birds
they're the
and
fish folks.
All right, beautiful. How about anyone have any pets? Snakes, lizards, or frogs? Ooh. All right, bunch. All right. We have more in this service than the last service.
Okay, guinea pig, hamster, gerbil. Oh, back here. All right.
How about anyone, a rat or mouse as a pet? Maybe you have a rat or a mouse in your house. You don't have to raise your hand. You don't have to raise your hand for that. How about a horse? Anybody have a horse? Horses are beautiful, amazing animals. I don't have one. I was just raising my hand.
Yeah,
okay.
well, that's because I may have said put horses. I grew up riding horses out, Bixby Jinx, but you know.
It's amazing.
I love
horses.
horses.
It is amazing.
What about a hermit crab? We had one hermit crab in the all right.
Same person.
There we go.
Yes. All right.
I appreciate you.
Oh, no, we got another one back there, too.
All right,
two.
How about a pet spider?
Pet spider, anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No pet spiders.
Okay.
Oh, one pet spider.
Oh,
Beautiful.
okay.
All right.
Well done.
What did we miss? Any pets we missed? Goats? All right. Rabbits? Chinchilla, of course. Why didn't we think of that? Beautiful.
This is great.
All right.
Well, one of the things we also, I'm sorry, what was that? A cow. All right.
A cow as a pet, yes. Like in
right.
India, where you have the pet cows. Oh, a pet frog.
And pet
okay.
rocks.
Oh, rock?
Pet rock.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
We're all our pets.
All right. Well,
Bless all of our pets.
I don't know if the rock really qualifies for what I'm going to say, but for a lot of the animals in our lives, rocks live a long time. Most animals live those shorter lives than people.
Right.
And so they are only with us. They're only with us for a part of our lives. And it is really sad. It's really sad when a pet dies.
Yes.
Who here has ever had a pet who has died?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's sad to see that you've all shared this sadness. Like people, each pet is special. It's one of a kind. They're a part of our family, and our heart hurts, and we grieve when we lose our pets.
In fact, we have, just a year ago, we dedicated a new area in our memorial garden for people to place some of the ashes of a pet that's died. So that's something, if you haven't done that before, we sometimes do a little ceremony if people would like that, and have a little place to put some ashes and a place to go back to remember our pets and our animals. There's also a pet journal out there where if you have a pet that's died, you can put a picture of your pet, tell us a name, maybe tell us some of the characteristics of your pet, and it's a place where you can go and look about other people's pets and learn about their pets. So those are some special things you can do here to remember those pets that have died.
So what does it mean to bless someone? It's about offering thanks, saying thank you. It could be about wishing them well. It's about sending a prayer for good things to happen to them, for good health and happiness, peace and joy.
So in just a minute, we're going to see the pictures of pets and our members who've sent in their pictures. And if you didn't, next year I hope you will, because we love to see everybody's pets and get to know them. And then we're going to do a little humanist blessing of the animals. So I hope, actually we're going to do the humanist blessing before, and then we're going to see the pictures. So if you'll join me, I would invite you to repeat after me. To all the animals we give thanks.
To all the animals we give thanks.
May only good things shine upon you.
May only good
May you be safe. May you have enough to eat. May you know you are appreciated. May you always be cared for. And may you know you will always be remembered. Enjoy the pictures of our pets.
This is our children's choir. Can we welcome them, please? And a few of our youth choir members standing in the back. They just returned from camp this morning, choir camp, and they've been working, did all kinds of, lots of music. And one person they've worked with this weekend is Jeff Porter. He's an amazing musician and a student of all kinds of music. And he taught them a couple of Haitian songs. And he's going to present that now, and then the youth choir is going to do something a little bit later. Can we welcome Jeff Porter and the children's choir, please? Thank you. Right after they sing, all the children will be released to their classes. Thank you.
All right. I just wanted to start out by telling you all I like the way you all are standing up on your legs.
Thanks, Mr. Jeff!
My pleasure. My pleasure. Let's get it started in here. 3 minutes to act like we're not tired. We got this. Lilo, when you're ready to clap it up.
I know who sleeps at children's camp? I mean, choir camp. Who sleeps at
Nobody.
Not me.
All right, here we go. Get your dance moves on. 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 Oh, looking good up front. Looking good up front. Go on, Connor.
Give it up for the children's choir, yeah? All the children you released to your classes, children's choir, you can leave now. They've been working hard, people. Let's give it up for them one more time, would you?
What joy when you hear the voices of our little ones, young ones. In moments of joy and times of sorrow, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all things. Let us cherish the support we find here in this community, knowing that shared burdens become lighter and shared joys brighter within our communities of care and compassion. Today we extend our heartfelt sympathies to those affected by Hurricane Helene and the many lives impacted by this disaster. Thinking of Nancy Robbins on the 1-year anniversary of her son Christopher Tucker, his death, and the chance of flowers are in his honor. We hold space, acknowledging that tomorrow will mark the 1-year anniversary of the October 7th attack by Hamas on Israel, which set off many tragic events. We are delighted to announce that former staff member and lifelong church member Robbie Hausch, who grew up singing in the CCYC, is now in remission from cancer. And we want to just have gratitude for his recovery. And we celebrate the marriage of longtime member Catherine Young, now Catherine Patrick, daughter of Kristen Hoffman, who was married yesterday by Marlin. And we offer our congratulations to Amanda Cobb and William Hamilton, who were married on this chancel yesterday by me. And we hold space for all of our non-human family members today. May we each find the strength we need in the hour that it is needed the most. As we enter now into a moment of silence, let us continue to hold each other in our thoughts and intentions.
So glad I don't have to go after them. I was feeling sorry for Marlin earlier. This is a great performance, so I'm going to jump in here. And I'm Mike Arthwell. I'm chairing our 2025 Pledge campaign. And All Souls is where I want to be. This place is I've belonged to since I was a child and was dedicated here. I find comfort knowing, even with the thousands of reasons I can walk through this door, I'll find the people here have space and time to share with me. We find each other here for remembrances. Marlin actually said that was one of his favorite parts of his job, and I can tell because he just added the whole pet remembrances to his description for his job. He's like running out of those great moments that he gets to share with us when we're talking about our loved ones. So anyway, I'm super lucky to be here. I worked in the childcare, worked as a sexton even, scrubbing the railing on the floors. It couldn't be a better place to be a teenager. I used to get in trouble all the time here. I didn't get in trouble at school. That's the thing. Like, you know how you have your kids and they're everyone's like, oh, they're so well behaved, and you're like, what? It's kind of like that with All Souls in me. I was like, this is where I could like be a rascal, and and actually,
you don't know anything about it.
No, but I could be, and it's great that this is a space for you to be able to experiment with your who you are and your identity and what those boundaries look like. So, All Souls is bigger than a building. It's older than I'll ever be, and it's a place you can be unapologetically yourself. Your presence here is gift enough for me, and it's gift enough for the congregation, but we need more than that. And so, as you all have probably been in the RE wing, there's the west staircase, there's some handprints you still see below a bulletin board. Mine was one of those. And I'm pretty sure that was the last time we had some updates to the church 20 plus years ago. I want this place not to be a source of nostalgia for me and my childhood. I'd love it to be a place where future kids and generations are able to have those chances to put their mark on it. And so I want you all to join me in increasing your pledge this year, because the magic that happens here happens in spite of how little money they bring in from us. They really make do with what they have, and they make it amazing, but it's so much bigger than that when you think about the community at large that is impacted by All Souls, and the way that, actually Marlin just put it in the, I'm not going to steal from your sermon, I'm going to stop right there, sorry. I realized I can't help but be inspired when I come here on Sundays. So anyway, so basically, I know things are tight for most of us, and it's difficult to pay more, especially for something that could be perceived as being free, just being here. We're not having to pay when we get in. And sometimes it's hard to quantify what your investment means. But the point is that it's a quote from Gandhi. I used it last time. I love this one. Whatever you do will be insignificant, but it's important you do it, because if you don't, no one else will. Our gifts are cumulative. The impact on our community is cumulative. To the world is cumulative. It all adds up when we each give what we can and do what we need. So thank you for giving, and thank you for being here with me.
The song that the youth choir is going to do, it talks about being yourself and being proud of who you are and being proud of where you're from. It's from the Fugees. Anybody know the Fugees? Yeah? Wyclef Jean and Lauryn Hill, and yeah, it's good. It's called the Flappy Head Remix. Right, yeah, man. Let's welcome Jeff Porter and the youth choir, everybody. Come on. I hope you guys are ready for some rap. You might want to do a little of this kind of thing, or clap your hands, or
that's right.
Nod bob your head. There you go.
All right. So let's get it started up in here. So it's been an awesome honor to work with the choir again. We missed since COVID from 2019 to now, and I love working with the youth choir. It's my favorite thing. So we're all tired, but we're gonna act like we're super pumped up one more time. Here we go. Let's do it. David, take it to the limit, bro. That's right.
How's that?
I like that a lot.
You want a battle swing, I bring commandment like I was king. And all your dreams, I write the war.
You gotta bob your head.
I got tired of that baby, so I sing to my own opera. Cause I love you. If you divide the sword, you will be died by the gun. Cause all guys still lie, some more girls commit sin. I was ordered to call rap, and now I'm chilling with the few commit. Procrastination on the tip of the capital. I never played the soap up, and now I'm in general hospital. Condition critical, spiritual, physical. So if I die, catch me at the funeral. I'll fly away, all glory with the mic in my hand to a land where only God knows me. And that ain't right raps, a holy paper. I said, I'm looking for Jesus. He said, take the escalator one flight up. It's guaranteed he'll be there. My sister be there. My mother be there. So, hey, Mona Lisa, could I get a date on Friday? And if you're busy, I wouldn't mind to get Saturday. Hey, 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 hey. Round up the noisy booty. But I believe we are. Yeah. You want to battle swing, I bring commandment like I was king. And all you treat right the horn, flicker Stephen King. King to fall, so the stick and say, I got tired of that lady, so I sing to my own opera. But I play my legs to the maybe I, cause I love you. If you did by the sword, you would be tied like a gun. Cause all guys still lies, more girls commit sin. I was ordered to go rap, and now I'm chilling with the future big. Procrastination only came from the capital. I never played so up and now I'm in general hospital. Condition critical, spiritual, physical. So if I die, catch me at the funeral. I fly away, oh glory, with the mic in my hand to a land where only God knows me. And the angel bright raps a holy paper. I said I'm looking for Jesus. He said take the escalator one flight up. It's guaranteed he'll be there. My sister be there. My mother be there. So, hey Mona Lisa, would I get a date on Friday? And if you're busy, I wouldn't mind to get Saturday. Hey, 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 hey. Round up the posse will be coming around the way. I don't puff stuff, so I always got my breath. Never had to battle with the bulletproof vest. I look at me going, but I still get the chance. I don't want every girl, cause I'm not from the west. Some disrespect to the west, doing D. I rock it to the east was Z. This is the maze back, your shoes get the hot tracks. So Mr. Magic, things are getting tragic. Now we on some new stuff, I never feel the groove. But my own plan is acting up, I blame it on the Philly stuff. What you gonna do? Get to acting, ooh, feeling's getting bad. You wasn't talking about it, Mr. TV, so check the sparrow, your bows, and Timberland boots. Nah, that's a circus, and know the common sense. I got a handful of bodies and a handful of nappy roots. I feel the Jones coming down, so I got this thing to make it shitty bang, bang, and with that, the nappy heads, so I got this thing to make it shitty bang, bang, and with that, the nappy heads, bang. And Mona Lisa, could I get a day on Friday? And if you're busy, I wouldn't mind to get that day. Round up the posse booty coming around the way. Hey, clap your hands in the zone and we got it going on. The youth choir, everybody, who's great. Got to get that rap going. You guys can go, yeah.
Yeah.
Reverend Marlin, you gonna rap something?
No.
Mona Lisa. Hey.
Hey. M to the A to the L-I-N.
There you go.
All right. No, it's great to be here, and Jeff Porter, always a joy. Thank you for working with our young people and just bringing it. Love it. That was so much fun. I don't know if I understood a lot of it, but I'm gonna go back and look at the lyrics so I can, Yeah, right. Exactly. So, the title of my message today is A Place for You, but I imagine if you're hearing that, you're saying, yeah, but does he mean me? Right? Because people often, they tell you, be yourself. We often hear people tell us to be ourselves, but do they really mean be yourself? Or do they mean be the you who I want you to be? Because if we're not careful, we might rise to the low expectations of the people around us. The thing is that you're different than anybody else who's ever lived. We talked about with the pet blessings about how each animal is unique. Well, even more so for us. Even though we may be the same in 10,001 different ways, each of us is completely different in some ways. And it does no good to compare ourselves with anybody else. Just like it does no good to compare our marriage with anyone else's marriage, because we have no idea what's going on in anyone else's marriage. And it doesn't help us to compare our children to other people's children because we're not raising other people's children. We're raising our own, and our job is to help them find their unique self in the world. So there's always going to be someone, though, who is out there trying to pull us down. They're usually someone who's going to say something like, who, them? Don't listen to them. I knew them when they were, fill in the blank. There's usually someone who's got you frozen in their mind in some point in time. They probably didn't even know you, who you really were back then. But here's my point. Being yourself, like your true self, it matters. It matters more now than maybe any other time in history that people actually come alive and be real and be who they are. But there's a catch. There's always a catch. Because people are going to question you if you come out and just be all of who you are. They can say, you're doing what? With who? You're going to a church? You're going to that church? There's all kinds of ways that people are going to question who you are. But there's always going to be someone who's going to want to make you the way they want you to be. I once heard a nationally known storyteller named Mama Eddie Armstrong from Chicago tell the story of the most famous spider in Africa. Does anyone know the name of that spider? Anansi, yes. All right. I thought it would be good to tell a story about an animal, since today was the day when we were doing the blessing of the animals. So the Anansi stories come from the Ashanti people in Ghana in West Africa, and there are lots of Anansi stories. The Anansi is like a trickster character and also a shapeshifter, because Anansi can turn into a man and then turn back into a spider. And a lot of these stories, they're what you see in lots of different cultures called how-so stories. They tell us supposedly how things happen. Why does a rabbit have such a short tail? Why does a snake not have arms and legs? Well, the story that I'm going to tell is the story of how the moon came to be in the sky. So as Mama Eddie told it, and I remember it, here's how it goes. Once upon a time, Anansi had to go to another village to take care of a little business. And when he got there, he hadn't seen these friends who he saw for a very long time. And so when he was done with his business, he went off to be with them. And he was, shucking and jiving and telling tall tales, as we do. And he lost track of time. And suddenly, he looked at his watch. Oh, you didn't know that spiders could wear a watch? Well, this is Mama Eddie's story, and she said it can, so it does. So Anansi looked at his watch, and he said, oh my goodness, I better get home because I have to walk through the forest, and it's going to become really dark, and I'm not going to be able to find my way home. Because remember, this is before the moon was up in the sky, so there was no moon glow at night. So at this point, he said goodbye to his friends, and he started to walk through the forest, and sure enough, as he went, it became darker and darker and darker, and then he was going through some tall grasses and some trees, and he thought to himself, oh man, I was running my mouth way too long. But just then, he saw a big white ball of light, and it was lying on the ground, and it was just lying there. It was beautiful. And so he said, wow, I wonder what that is. And he went over and he picked up the ball of light and he began to walk with it. But it was so blinding, though. It was so bright that he lost his footing. And so he slipped down into the riverbank and he fell into the water. And as he did, a big old fish came along and swallowed Anansi up. It's the life of a spider, I guess. So there he was, standing inside the belly of this fish, still holding that ball of light. And so he looked around at his situation, and he said, oh my, if anybody gets me out of the belly of this beast, I'm gladly going to give them this old ball of light. Well, meanwhile, back at home, his family had become concerned And this is where I'm going to need your help. It was really good when I had the children and youth choirs here. They were a big help. I hope y'all can step up. His wife's name was Aso. So what was his wife's name? Aso. All right, good. So she said, children, I'm afraid that something must have happened to your father because he's so late coming home. And you know your father, he's always home in time for dinner. He doesn't miss dinner. And so one of the daughters, she stepped forward and she said she thought she noticed something. And let me tell you about his children, about their children. You're going to have to help me again. Remember their names. So because there were 3 boys and there were 3 girls. Yeah, they had 6 children. These were some busy spiders. And so the first girl's name was Sea Trouble. All right, what's her name? Sea Trouble. Good, thank you. And the second girl's name was River Drinker. What was her name? River Drinker. Yeah, thank you. And the third girl's name was Cushion, like cushion. All right. And then the first boy's name was Road Builder. Right? And the second's name was Game Skinner. All right. And the third boy's name was Stone Thrower. Right. Okay. So I know you're all looking like, how are we going to remember all this? Right? I appreciate that. I love how you're concentrating so hard. It's good. All right. So Anansi's wife, whose name was? Aso. Right. So Aso came along and said, children, I think something must have happened to your father. He never misses dinner. And one of the daughters stepped forward and she said, Mama, oh Mama, I think I can sense what went wrong. Who do you think that daughter was? Sea Trouble. All right, good. She said, Mama, Daddy was coming home through the forest and he fell inside the riverbank and Mama, this big old fish came along and she swallowed up Father. And we have to do something quickly to save his life. So one of the sons stepped forward and he said, you know what we need? We need a path to get us down the river's edge to the river's edge quickly. So who do you think, which son do you think that was? Road Builder. All right, good. You all are good at this. So Road Builder took some bricks and forged a path, and off went the spider family down to the river. And when they got there to the edge of the river, everything was so dark, and all they could do was hear the sound of the water, swish, swish, swish. And that's when one of the daughters stepped forward, and she said, you know, there's just too much water here. I got to just move some of this water out of the way. So who do you think that daughter was? River Drinker, right. So she stuck her tongue inside that water and slurped it all down. And when she was done, she was all filled up, and she went outside and sat beside the river. And then one of the sons came up, and he looked out into this now dry riverbed and looked out into the horizon, and there where the river would have met the sky, and out there jumping was the shadow of a fish just jumping up and down, and he said, aha, I bet that's the fish that's got our father. I'm going to go take my knife and I'm going to get it out. Which son do you think that was? Game Skinner. All right, y'all have good memories. So Game Skinner went inside that riverbed and got that fish and struggled with him, and then finally got out his knife and popped his dad out. And there he was, and he was still holding that ball of light. And when Anansi walked up the bank and saw his family, he was so happy to see them, and he was just about to greet them when all of a sudden a big bird came flying out of the sky and swooped down, picked up Anansi, and started to fly away. Oh no, one of the other sons came along and he looked up in the sky and he said, I'm going to get that bird. I'm going to get that bird. Who do you think that son was? Stone Thrower, exactly. So Stone Thrower picked up a great big rock and put it in his slingshot and pulled it back, and pyoing, it flew up and hit that bird right in the side of the head. Suddenly, Anansi was falling, and he was going to hurt himself, but one of his daughters came to help out. Who do you think that was? Cushion, exactly. I got him. And Anansi landed gently on her soft belly. Oh my, have mercy. When he got up, his legs were understandably a little bit wobbly, all 8 of them. And he wobbled over to his family and he said, I am so glad that you all came out to help me, but I have to say I'm a little bit confused. Because ever since you were small, you argued and you fussed and you fought about your differences. But look at you now. You used your differences as a source of strength. With it, you saved my life. I'm so proud of you and I'm so grateful. But I'm still just a little bit confused, because I promised whoever got me out of here in this situation, I would share the light with them. But you've all helped me out, and now I'm not sure what to do. So his wife Aso said, I'll tell you what, why don't we pray to the sky god and ask him? And so they did. And Anansi looked up and said, Sky God, what should I do? I want to share this light with everybody. And the sky god said, I'll tell you what, since you came to me in your time of need, I'm going to help you out with this one. You take that ball of light and you toss it up to me, and I'll put it in a place where everybody will be able to enjoy its light. And so with that, the entire spider family came together and they began to lift that ball of light up to the sky where it's been ever since. And that's how the moon got into the sky. How about that? And it gives light to everybody. So I know what you're thinking. What does it have to do with you? And what does it have to do with All Souls? Everything. It has everything to do with you and All Souls, because we each have something different to bring. Some of us are good cooks, and there's lawyers, and there's business people. We've got musicians and poets and teachers and counselors and nurses and gardeners and fence builders and painters and pet sitters, and you name it, we've got it. We've got people who have a lot of money. We have people who don't have so much money. We've got a lot of us who are in between. And you name it, we've got it around here at All Souls. And so our job is simple. We each just have to be, you have to be you, I have to be me, and we have to bring all of what we have to the table, and we have to trust that I am enough, you are enough, we all are enough. As long as we bring what we can, we're going to create the greatest community that would ever be possible in this time, in this place, right here. Because when we do, we literally save people's lives. Every time we keep a kid out of jail or off of drugs, or we help them get a decent education, or we help them to stay in school, or we feed the hungry, or we help the homeless, all of the things that we do, literally, I don't know, we're not one of those churches that are out there trying to save souls, but I do believe and I do see that we do save lives all the time. By working together, by each doing our part, we create a great light like the moon that shines in the night sky, which is good for everybody. Now, we don't always succeed, but we try. And even though we know that we're not always going to succeed and the world might not be better for what we've done, we know that we are better for having tried. That the very act in times like this, in situations with all that's going on in the world, the fact that there are people who show up and come together and believe in one another and believe we can make a difference, and we try and we do it. Even if we don't make great change in the world, it changes us and how we look at ourselves. And I have to tell you that I'm just so moved by the idea that we're creating an inclusive, multi-generational community of people who care about one another and care about the world. And I know that I feel better about myself just by participating in this community and being a part of what we are. A lot of people see the problems in our city, see the problems in our nation, see the problems all over the world, and they think, man, things are bad, and I hope somebody does something about it. But I find it incredibly meaningful to be with people who say, let's do our part. There's some piece of this that we can do, that I can do. I might not be able to fix everything, but I can fix the little bit that I can fix and do the thing that I can do. And we're taking on some of the thorniest issues, some of the most difficult and pressing issues of our times, things like race and the environment and criminal justice and education, immigration, reproductive justice, democracy, those kinds of things. And we get to work with people from all walks of life here at All Souls, and we get to work with each other's children, which I just love, and the children of our partner schools. I think that it helps us to maintain our humanity in times like we're living through, to be actually engaged in community, multi-generational, with people who are different from ourselves, who we might not show up and be friends with under other circumstances, but we meet and we say, hey, these are my people. This is my community. And we seek to make a difference in the way that we can, and we bring all of ourselves to the table. So I just want to say, I know we're launching a stewardship drive for 2025 for next year, so we can set a budget over the next few months for next year. And I just want to say, do what you can do. Bring your part. If everybody does their part, will be enough. We've got people who give $1 a week. We have people who give $1,000 a week. But as long as we bring our piece in there, it's enough. And I think it's one of the coolest things. It's one of the most countercultural organizations in America, because it's a place where unlike everywhere else where you get what you pay for, here we all give what we can, and we all benefit in the same way. You don't get what you pay for here. You get the same as everybody else. So you get the same children's choirs and choir directors and classes and ministries and weddings and memorials and all the programs and things that we do here. Everybody gets it, whether you're given $1 or $10,000. Because that's the beauty of this is a different economy and a different culture. And sometimes I'm just glad that I don't have to scare people, telling them that they're going to go to hell if they don't give or something like that. Sometimes I wish I had that to hold over people's head, but we just do it. It surprises me that it works, but it works, and we make it happen. And we've had one of the largest, strongest congregations of our denomination, of our community in a long time. And where else in the world do the children of millionaires go to class with the children of homeless families? Where else? And each one knows that there's something that they're benefiting from being in relationship with each other. And we do it because everybody is enough. And we're doing something very special here and very important. And I'm so glad that you're a part of it. And I'm so thankful, and we couldn't do it without you, and you matter. And I just want to thank you and say I love you. That's all.
been wondering about the moon, that was good. That was good. That was a fabulous message. One of the traditions in this church is to give our plate away to an organization in our community that's doing good works in the world. One of the reasons that we can even do this is because we do have a stewardship campaign each year, and we make pledges. So this allows us a chance to give our plate away. We do this as a practice of living our values of love and service. This week's offering is going to a cause that is, I think, on everyone's heart right now, the Unitarian Universalist Association's Hurricane Helene Disaster Relief Fund. The UUA Disaster Relief Fund is ready to provide assistance to help congregations and their communities recover in the aftermath of disasters. Now, to help our finance team, to ensure that your generosity reaches the right destination, we ask you to please mark your check or envelope with offering, if that's where you intend the money to go. And for those who are making a pledge payment to All Souls, please clearly mark your check or envelope church. Thank you, as always, for your continued dedication and support. Now, if anyone is interested in joining as a member of All Souls, or you want more information about membership, please join us today at 12:45 in room 203. That's up on the second floor, room 203 at 12:45. And folks who are new or newish to All Souls, you're invited to Sohn Library. That's out the doors to the left, just kind of across the hall. Just outside that sanctuary, you can have some light refreshments and a chance to connect with our Welcoming Souls team. We look forward to meeting you. Our devoted volunteers are eager to answer questions about All Souls, our history, our programs, and more. And if you are a member, please consider stopping by and saying hello to those in the library, our new guests. And here's some announcements. This is the place. This is the place. That is our stewardship theme this year, and this is the place. Check out our website. Check out the insert in your order of service. I'm only highlighting a few announcements. There is so much more going on here at All Souls. So this evening, 6 p.m., tonight, the Affirming Alliance is hosting a special interfaith pride service at Boston Avenue United Methodist Church. All are invited to gather as leaders from diverse faith traditions across the city, and including our own senior minister, Reverend Dr. Marlin Lavanhar. They're gathering together to uplift and honor our LGBTQIA+ community, offering a space for spiritual connection and solidarity. And connected to this, so that's tonight, but next week, join us in the March for the Tulsa Pride Parade. Next Sunday, October 13th, in the afternoon. But come to church. Help us decorate the float in the morning, and then walk with us in the parade in the afternoon. The staging begins at 2 p.m., and we move off for the parade at 4 o'clock. I have a pile in my house ready for this. Donate your gently used items and come shop at our church-wide garage sale in Emerson Hall, Saturday, October 26th. You're excited too, I know. Saturday, October 26th. Donations can be dropped off on Friday, October 25th, so just the day before. Hold on to that. Proceeds support our All Souls Youth Department. Please, please participate in our garage sale. And again, more information on events, check out your order of service, check out our new website. And as always, we are so grateful in all the ways that you show up here at All Souls. We now gratefully receive our offering for the UUA Hurricane Helene Disaster Relief.
Britt Fortner, everybody. He's such a joy. We're going to be honoring him at the 25th, at our gala on November 2nd. His 25 years at All Souls. So get your tickets for the gala. You don't want to miss that. Hey, so here's the one thing that you can do today. I know we've been talking a lot, but we have in Emerson Hall, not just our bookstore and refreshments and stuff like that, but we have your pledge card for 2025. And if you will pick that up today, that's the one thing I'm asking you to do. Just pick it up. If you're able to fill it out and drop it off before you leave, even better. You get an extra credit, a gold star, all that stuff. But at least pick it up, save us the postage, and then we'll know it's in your hands. I wrote a little letter to you, inviting you to participate in giving, and we just appreciate everything you can do. We're going to be putting together a budget, the board is, and you'll get a chance to vote on it at the end of the month, or in December rather. And so it's our community. We make it. It's your community. You make it. It is what it can be because of you. So thank you for doing that. So just in Emerson Hall, it's got your name on it, and someone will hand it to you. And I just thank you for doing that before you leave today. As you go forth, may your eyes see beauty, may your lips speak truth, may your heart know love, and may your hands do the good works of this world all the days of your life. Go and be loved and be loving. Thank you.
Real piece of vinyl. Would you look at this? Look at this history. Thank you.